What is it that you think, made them doubt or made them want less Charlie when obviously Dave liked it?
Well, of course, it's the same thing that holds back a lot of other siblings. You know what I'm saying? Once a person gets familiar with, this is John Doe, and John Doe does X, Y, Z. It's programmed into your brain, which acts very much like a computer. John Doe does X, Y, Z. That's burned into your psyche. Then all of a sudden, John Doe's brother does X, Y, Z. No, he don't. John Doe does X, Y, Z. Not his brother.
Right.
Him. That's natural.
Right.
I've been trained to think that John Doe does X, Y, Z, not John Doe and his brother. John Doe. Okay? All the Wayans kind of came out at the same time.
Right.
On The Living Color.
Right.
You know? But it would have been harder for the younger ones if we just learned about Marlon. I mean, about Damon.
Right.
And we never was exposed to Sean and Marlon and Keenan and all of them. You know, then all of a sudden now they pop up out of nowhere. No, everybody would be like, oh, Marlon Wayans, come on, he's a good actor. Why would I think that he's going to be a good actor? He's only Damon's brother.
Right, right.
When Marlon Wayans is the best actor in the family.
Indeed.
You understand what I'm saying?
Of course.
Because that's what he is.
Right.
You know? So another person will look at you because they know this person, and in their brain, they can't put you in that same category.
Gotcha.
Because it doesn't make sense to them. So when you show up, you're going through them going, yeah. If I walk in the room and before I even say one word, you're saying to myself, I'm expecting not to laugh. It's going to be harder for me to get through to you.
Right.
Because you're resistant. But when you go to somebody else's show, you just relax and the chips fall where they may.
Right.
Where they may. The chips fall where they may. If I'm not funny, I'm not funny. If I'm funny, you laughing. But when it was me, it was like, if you come with a preconceived notion, his show is going to be like this. Let's go watch it. I bet she's going to be trying to be Eddie and Roy.
Right.
I bet she's going to be. No, I don't remind you of nobody. When you leave there, you're like, well, wow. And that's why I get this all the time. Your show was nothing like what I expected it to be. That's a compliment and an insult all wrapped up in one.
Of course.
You know, but it's part of reality.
Indeed. And I would imagine, most people probably perceive that, you have more success because of your brother. And it's interesting that you say it's really the opposite. In many ways, because of the comparison, it's held you back in certain ways, or people expect something else. So that is interesting.
Well, it would have held me back effectively if I would have did what people assume that I would have done. Like, everybody, I'm so surprised that you didn't just lay back and ride on your brother's coattails. Well, can you call yourself a man after you do that?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And what are you saying to me right now? Are you telling me you're surprised I didn't do that? You telling me you don't think I'm a man?
Right.
That you expecting me to be a coward, a wimp?
Right.
That's what you expect? Because if that's the case, then let's get into your character. If you want to insult me,
right.
You know what I'm saying? That's my position on that.
Right. Of course.
But yeah, that's most people will. And I learned to accept it because most people will automatically, just the nature of the beast, man. People will assume things. If you don't give them something that's definitive, then they're going to assume whatever. They're going to use their imagination. That's why the best horror films are the ones where they don't show you the monsters to almost the very end of the movie.
Right.
You know why? Because the whole time you're waiting to see that monster, you create your own monster.
Right.
And whatever's in your mind is what you are afraid of, and that is way more effective than anything that I can come up with to try to scare you.
Interesting.
It's in your imagination. Your imagination is vast, you know. So if I allow people to just go, well, I heard he does stand-up, but they have no definitive visual, then they're forced to use their imagination. And then once they use their imagination, that could be influenced by other people's commentary or whatever.
Right.
But if you come to my show and everybody in the room is laughing, there's no way you can walk out my show and go to the diner and somebody goes, Charlie Murphy ain't funny, and you ride with it. You'll be like, have you ever been to this show before?
Right.
Because I just walked out the room and 3,000 people were screaming.